to be able to certify that you are competent enough to be able to attain that particular title of a full membership. I would say it is really an examination as such, but you are required to provide evidence of work that you have done. So I would like to encourage those of you who have joined, who are joining now, that you start also looking at how do you progress into becoming a full member. Look at what is required for you to be able to do, and then start working on those particular aspects, even as you're a graduate member, so that by the time you are now applying for full membership, you are basically presenting those particular items for consideration, so that you can be able to graduate into the full membership class. As it is currently, the full membership class also opens another door for you that you can then be able to pursue your license and become a licensed surveyor within the Republic of Kenya. And that allows you to also practice in other countries within the Eastern Africa through the various mutual recognition agreements. And the reason why I'm bringing out these issues is that sometimes we hear complaints that it becomes difficult for somebody to be able to get a license. But most of the time we find that we do not prepare ourselves adequately, or we are not informed of what is actually expected of us. And then we end up with some delays and we have some complaints. So it's the path is very clear. You need to be a graduate member for a period not less than 2 years for you to be able to apply to do the full membership. You do your full membership, and you can thereafter apply for your license. Of course, there are also other aspects like doing the land law, which is a requirement for licensing. So even as you sit now and become the graduate or the technician member, do not be very comfortable with the things that are actually there, and try and work yourselves up the ladder so that you can get to the next place where you really need to be. You should not be certified by sitting at this particular class of membership. We want you to be able to progress into the full membership, so that you can be able to harness all the resources that are available for you as a member of the institution. And as we said, as a professional body, we are into encouraging your professional development. So that's why we have continuing professional development through various trainings. That is why you are invited to sit or to represent the institution in various avenues. And some of you may be in Nairobi, others may be everywhere else within the country. Some of you may be having work, others may not be having work or employment. There are opportunities that you can be able to seek. We tend to leave opportunities at the counties to other professionals, and then we are not represented at the decision-making level. So feel free to apply for these positions even at the county level, and take up the correct positions, because it is only by doing that that we are able to adequately represent our profession. So once again, on behalf of the various officials, I want to encourage you and feel most welcome within the institution. Thank you very much, and over to you, Erastus.
Thank you very much, Xavier Eric, for those beautiful remarks. For those who are joining, I always encourage all of you to build experience, because 2 years from today you're going to need it when applying for your full membership. Later on, you're going to need it when progressing to the licensing stage, and that is for land surveyors. And for those who will be applying to be registered as valuers or estate agents, etc., this is the kind of experience you need to progress to your later stages in life. You need, sometimes some guys will say you need about 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything. These are just progressive stages. So each time you practice, please do remember that it's absolutely important step in your professionalism. Without further ado, again, I'd like to invite Valuer Bernard Gashoka, who is the chair of the Valuation and Estate Management Surveyor chapter, to come and give a highlight of the chapters of VEMS, that is Valuation and Estate Management Surveyors chapter, Land Administration Management Surveyors chapter, and the Building Surveyors chapter. Welcome, Valuer Bernard Gashoka.
Thank you so much, Erastus, and good afternoon, members, the president, the CEO, the moderator, and everybody. My sincere apologies, I was not able to join you earlier as I've been on the road, and so I had initially planned for the morning meeting, but then something came up and we were not able to meet in the morning. So I'll have to take you quickly through this, and if I'm not clear, kindly excuse me. And my apologies for that. So without much further ado, I would want to welcome all the inductees to this session, just to inform you and to let you know that you've made the right decision to come and join the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, the respective chapters. And it's my utmost obligation as the chairman of the Valuers and Estate Management Surveyors chapter to just give you a brief highlight of the VEMS chapter. We also have the LAMS chapter and the BS chapter. So I'll go straight into what has been screen shared there. So as you may be aware, the VEMS chapter, which incorporates the following key disciplines of valuers, property managers, and estate agents, has been in existence for the longest, since 1985 thereabout. And during the 2019 ISK AGM, the chapter was reorganized into the following three chapters. We now have the valuation chapter, property management chapter, and the estate agency chapter. And as we move along, going into our next AGM, I'm sure that you'll get further information on these chapters and how they will be able to run going forward. So just a brief highlight, why the need to reorganize these chapters. One, there was a feeling that we were grouped together, and each of these professions is distinct. And so the need for specialization and professionalizing specific areas came out strongly as one of the needs for this reorganization. And some members have opted to specialize in one field and they're not keen on the other, and there are members who are keen on all the three disciplines. So that was the reasoning behind it, so that once we have very strong chapters for each of these disciplines, members can be able to participate and practice across board, and each of these chapters will be able to address specific sector issues of each of the three disciplines. There was also the need to align with market realities. A lot has changed, especially with the evolving situation of COVID-19, and globally there's change happening everywhere. And there was the need to have dynamism and to adopt to the marketplace so that we become more innovative. And I'm proud and happy to report after even this split, we've seen a lot of progress in the valuation chapter, where we are even in the process of digitizing submission of valuation reports. And all these are initiatives that have been brought and put forward by members of each of these chapters. Even in the property management chapter, we've also seen a bit of progress with proposals for property management softwares and a lot of technological advancements, even in estate agency. So each of these chapters is able to address its own specific issues and also align them with the market realities. The other need for reorganization was on the issue of regulation. ISK being the umbrella of all the landed professionals. And specifically for these chapters, we have the Valuers Act, Cap 532, the Estate Agents Act, Cap 533. We also have the Building Surveyors Act, which was enacted recently. And we even have the Sectional Properties Act that was also enacted last year. And just to add, we've also seen that Parliament on Tuesday discussed the Landlord and Tenants Bill, and a lot of the issues being practiced by property managers and estate agents are listed in that bill. So we are able to regulate each of these professions when each of it is separate from the other, and when we have the regulatory framework for each of these chapters. We also need to align the industry, to align the profession with the trainings of institutions of higher learning and vice versa. As you may be aware, there's some institutions of higher learning that are offering courses geared or tailored towards one of these disciplines without necessarily, propagating the other disciplines. And so we felt there was the need to do that. So those were just some of the reasons why that reorganization happened. I like repeating this so that all members are on the same page and we have a meeting of minds, especially for the new members who would want to know the reasoning behind all this. And I'm sure, and I can always I can promise you that this will help strengthen each of these chapters and make them more relevant in the marketplace. We'll go to the other issue. I don't want to reiterate this. I know my colleagues have spoken about it, but I'll just go through it quickly again, just to remind and refresh ourselves. Each of these chapters, it's through the chapters that one gets admitted into the various categories of membership, be it honorary fellow, full graduate technician, student, or affiliate. The chapters are also able to formulate the curriculum and administer exams through the council, both written and oral. That's for the full membership category. And I'm proud to also report that the three chapters that I've mentioned above are also key in formulating the current curriculum for each of these chapters. And so it's through these chapters that we're able to formulate and administer the examinations. There's also the issue of CPD. I know this, we are aware about that and it has been talked about. So we have webinars, we have meetings, we have sessions where each of these chapters is able to train members on various topical and emerging issues, and members are able to earn CPD points from that. It's also through the chapters that one is able to, or that we propose representatives to various statutory and other bodies. And as you can see there, ISK has representation in the Values Registration Board, the Estate Agents Registration Board, KURA, that is Kenya Urban Roads Authority, KERA, Kenya Rural Roads Authority, and KENHA. You also have representation in various other bodies like the Building Surveyors Board, and quite a number of other decision-making organizations, including KEPSA and the rest. Chapters are also able to promote the members' interests, that is in workplaces and in other engagements with consumers and services and other stakeholders. I would like to highlight on the issue of progression through the chapters. I've listened to my colleague, Eric, as he took you through. Still, the standards and the procedures for progression through any of the chapters of ISK are the same. And specifically to the VEMS chapter, we have the educational qualifications that are required for one to proceed from student to graduate to full and to all the other levels of membership. One is a degree in land economics or real estate, or a related degree in the property field, done or carried out, examined and offered by university recognized in Kenya. One also has to have a minimum of 2 years on-hand training for them to qualify to sit for exams, leading to the award of a diploma certificate and admission into a full member. We know we've been having proposals to implement a logbook so that we're able to track the progress of graduate members while at their workplace. And this will come in handy because we'll be able to track what the graduates are experiencing in their places of work, and be able to expound on that, and so that once they're being admitted into full membership, they're holistic professionals. Then after, of course, you are awarded a diploma from the institution. One of the things that we like encouraging our members is that's not the end. You have to go ahead and seek for registration by the statutory boards. In our case, you have the Valuers Registration Board, the Estate Agents Registration Board, and the Building Surveyors Board. And I believe our colleagues in the LAMPS chapter are also in the process of having a LAMPS Act that will also bring about maybe the LAMPS Registration Board. Then after registration, it's important to note that registration is just a one-off event where you get registered, but then there's the issue of licensing. Every year, it's a professional is supposed to obtain a register. I mean, to obtain a license, because I'm on the road, so I'm trying to multitask some of these things. So once you obtain a license, that is issued by the statutory boards, and one has to have a PI cover, which is mandatory for you to get a license. I think those are the key highlights. I know my colleagues have spoken, and we are very happy and very proud of you guys as you get inducted into ISK, and I believe that the sky is the limit. One of the things I like telling newly inducted people or professionals is that professionalism is key. Integrity is also very important, and it's from there that you're able to progress. And professionals are known for integrity, and so I would want you guys, as you practice, as you work for your principles, just try and maintain high levels of ethics and professionalism, because that's what will define and determine your progression. So without much further ado, I'm glad and I'm happy to have taken you through that, and I believe that my colleagues will be able to take over from there. And thank you so much, and welcome on board.
Thank you very much, Bernard, for those remarks, for those very beautiful remarks. For those who are joining the institution, you'll realize that many organizations nowadays require that anyone who is expressing interest to join that particular organization or wants to work with them, they need to be members of a professional body or a professional organization. And the reasons for that is from where Bernard has just left his presentation. 1, professionalism. 2, integrity. 3, discipline. Those 3 qualities are very paramount, and they are very important for any of us to observe, so that they may be they may practice, or they may be accepted, quote unquote, in society as far as surveying and the land profession is concerned. And now, to elaborate further on how ISK requires all of us to conduct ourselves and the rules and regulations, I'd like to invite Surveyor Emily Njeru, who is the chairperson of the Professional Practice and Ethics Committee in the institution. Welcome, Surveyor Emily.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Erastus, and for hosting this event. And I want to thank all the members that are present for taking time to come and listen. And I think ordinarily this should be like just sharing with you what we have in our experience as professionals, as surveyors within ISK, and also in the leadership. So first of all, let me congratulate all of you for taking that very important step to join this institution. I think it's one of the best decisions you could make, because there's always need to belong, because even as the Bible says, iron sharpens iron. You may be a very good professional with all the intelligence, information, knowledge, but when you stay in isolation, you find that somehow that competence can dwindle with time. But when you are amongst those that are like you and practicing in the same field, you tend to challenge each other. And so beyond just getting the certification, you'll find a lot of good reason to be in this institution. But I'm not going to belabor that so much, because the previous speakers have all highlighted the benefits of being a member of ISK, which is known to you, but I think that it was important that they re-emphasize, and that is very important to us, that our members feel they belong. And when they join this institution, they're not just thinking about what they will take away from the institution or from the institution, but what they will bring and how far they can also take the institution forward. So today I'll just speak about our constitution and our professional code of ethics. I chair the Professional Practice and Ethics Committee. And in that committee, we are mandated by the constitution and by extension, the council, to look into matters that affect our practice, both internal and external. So I start by showing a very quick diagram. This diagram shows a pyramid, and each one of you has made a step to come from one level to the next. At the bottom, you can see they are unqualified persons, either by virtue of their legal status or the training that they have. So unqualified person will include laymen who have not trained in surveying. Then we have also untrained people who also want to, if I may use the word, masquerade as professionals and may give unsuspecting public services that are supposed to be done by practitioners. Then, unfortunately, we do have surveyors who, upon gaining academic experience, do not move on to fully embrace the professional qualification that is required. And even though they have the competencies that are required, the law does not recognize them because they've not done that which pertains to the law. And I think for you, you are working towards this, and that's why you have decided to join, that pyramid or that sphere where now you can be recognized by both your colleagues and also the public, and even by extension, the government as qualified surveyors. So there we have student members, we also have affiliate members, we have technician members, and we have graduate members. And I think this is the arena into which you're stepping into, or some of you hope to step into. And it's very important that you finally get to that place. So that, like for instance, full membership is a prerequisite for statutory recognition, either by the boards, VRB, the Valuation Valuers Registration Board, the Land Surveyors Board, and now we have the Building Surveyors Board. So, and also the Estate Agents Board, which are statutory bodies. Let's move on. Thank you. I can barely see, but so ISK membership, there are benefits, and I think our CEO really went into this, so I don't need to repeat myself so much. If you could increase the screen, I think members can be able, I don't know whether everybody is able to see. So first of all, as I've mentioned, it's a prerequisite to be recognized by these boards. Okay. I think you're moving faster than me, but we said the secret. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I just talked about the statutory recognition, and I'm sure most of you are well aware about these ones. So you're on your pathway to this, and I think that's a good step that you've taken. So let's just go to the next screen. I'll quickly go through this because in one way or another it has been mentioned, so that we can get to the code of ethics. So ISK activities provide interaction forums for members to interact locally, regionally, and internationally with the surveying fraternity. As you are aware, even ISK has been arranging regional and international trips. We are members of FIG, and locally we interact even with other professions in different forums. And as I said, that's how you can have continuous growth as a profession. So apart from academic training and also formal training that you may receive in ISK, interaction with other professionals and in and out of the surveying fraternity is very important. So we are also members of APSIA, which is the Association of Professional Societies of East Africa, FIG, which is the International Federation of Surveyors, CASO. We are also members of KEPSA, which is Kenya Private Sector Alliance, and ICA, International Cartographic Association, which we just joined. Continue. Okay, again, I like emphasizing this, that in professional practice, peer recognition is very essential. It provides a mechanism for professional self-regulation. So ISK is an environment where we can all look at each other by sharing information, but also holding each other accountable as members of a profession. And as a member, you're able to gain visibility within the professional arena which is also good for your business. That is for those who are practitioners, but also those who are employed. If you are recognized, it means by your peers, it means even your elevation through, or your forward movement within the institution you are working in, will be characterized by the same. Let's continue. So ISK provides training. I don't know whether our chair for education is here, but if he was, he would tell you more about that. And also it's also an arena where, as an active member, you're able to contribute to the professional discourse. I see a lot of discussions taking place in our WhatsApp group. Some of them are actually worthy of papers or even contribution in the media for the public. And I would encourage members to consider, if you have a set of expertise or knowledge in a particular area, would be very important to interact with our secretariat or through your chapter. We even have a journal that we contribute to, so that some of these ideas that we discuss among ourselves can permeate even in the wider society. Okay. So locally, you find ISK membership is a requirement for many employers and business opportunities, especially in public sector. And this continues to be so. And it is our mandate also as ISK to make the public, both private and public, to be aware about our existence and our membership. So in a way, ISK exists to market you as a professional. So that's why we ask you every year to make sure you're in good standing with ISK. And a large sector of the public sector actually consults ISK whenever they want, advice regarding survey, what kind of professionals should be engaged, or even in development of some of their policies. So this, in near future, this will be expanded to the East African community. ISK already negotiated a mutual recognition agreement, making ISK membership a gateway for Kenyan surveyors who wish to work in the region. This was completed, but it has not yet been ratified. We hope that when the heads of states meet next, it will be on the table for ratification. We also have the ISK Resource Center, our professional publications, and then we have very varied conferences and workshops. And we also are we have already established the ISK Training Institute, and I think you've been seeing a lot of activity, especially during this COVID season. We've gone fully online. I mean, not fully, but hybrid, but we're using online resources quite effectively. And I'm sure many of you have received one or the other kind of training through this initiative. Yeah, let's continue. So we basically believe that ISK will be a mark of excellence in your career path, and you should now continue to grow and hope that even you'll get to the top level, which is to be a fellow member. Let's continue. Now, for me, I believe the guiding principle is what we know as the African principle of I am because we are, popularly known as Ubuntu, which I think is a Bantu sort of philosophy from South Africa, and but it's not limited to that area. It's something that, as professionals, I believe works best. So what I mean is we need to recognize that you are one, even though you are one person in ISK, who you are ultimately, who you are, how you practice, how you present yourself and interact with the community or the society affects all of us. So that's why we say, one, we are our brothers keepers. Two, we should sharpen each other. Three, we should also be able to hold each other accountable. And for accountability, we must be willing to submit ourselves to our fellow professionals to hold us accountable, so that whatever we are doing, we should know that it does not only affect us, but affects each and every member of ISK and the profession. So our robust professional regulatory framework is two-pronged, coupling statutory regulation as stipulated by laws which have formed the boards that I talked about, and self-regulation. And in the Kenyan context, the statutes and ISK constitution and bylaw define the two mandates. So within this framework, there is a healthy balance which ensues, with the state discharging its duty to protect public interest through licensing and disciplining, the survey professions, and ISK maintaining its tradition of self-regulation, and also maintaining a certain degree of freedom and liberty to be able to do advocacy for our members. Because if ISK was a government institution, then we may not be able to engage the public sector when it requires that our professional independence is maintained. So as members, we voluntarily submit to the constitution that binds us together as members of ISK, and by defining our existence. And then this is made operational by the bylaws, which I'm sure the Secretariat has availed to you a copy of the same. So we also commit to the code of ethics that ensures that professional relationships are maintained at all times with the professional colleagues, with the clients, and the greater public. At the moment, my committee has just completed reviewing this code of ethics. The ones we had are as enshrined in the Constitution, but with the evolution of the disciplines of our practice, it was necessary to review this. So just to mention it, I know that point had not been projected. It's why we have a code of ethics and bylaws that we adhere to is because we gain recognition and professional respect in the marketplace, and this is proportional to our adherence to professional ethics. So I cannot belabor this enough, why it's important that we be at all time conscious about our ethical obligation to our colleagues, to our institution, and even where we work, and also the public. So ISK Constitution has 32 articles, and Article 27 covering the bylaws are captured as rules. Currently, there are 11 rules that clarify and make operational the above stated article of the Constitution. Let's continue. And then Rule 9 has discipline and the code of conduct, and this is expounded among the 11 rules that are there. I would urge all members to kindly take a little time and some time and look at those rules that we have in the Constitution. So I don't know what is happening to whoever is projecting my work, but if that's is that Robert? Yeah, so what we are inviting you to ISK. Already you've been members in one way, but now you are moving to a different level. And we are urging you that when you become members of ISK, you don't come to ISK with the mentality that someone is going to serve you. The members present here, especially from the council, will tell you, and your chapter executive, that it takes some self-sacrifice to be able to serve other members. So it is very well appreciated if all of you could ethically, step up. If you see something that is wrong, nothing is perfect within any family or any house, and that goes the same for ISK. When you see something that is not working, it is good to point it out, and even better still, to have a solution, and even more perfect, you step up and offer to be part of the change that you want to see. So I just want to ask all of you to consider yourself worthy. Each one of you has something they can contribute to the institution, and if all of us pull together, the work that needs to be done will be lighter, and we'll move a little bit. We'll move much further than we would if some of us are waiting to be led by one group and others are just waiting to take. Finally, I just want to say I'm very proud of all of you. I know it has been a journey for all of you. It has been a major decision, and consider this the beginning. And I wish we were in a hall where we could see each other and speak to each other, but this is what we have, and we have to make the best of it. And I would be interested to see comments, maybe in our social forums, not necessarily in a negative way, but in a positive way, that what really affects, what maybe you consider challenges in your progression, so that those who are taking up leadership in ISK can engage you to find, viable solutions. So instead of just reacting, let's be proactive, let's give suggestions. Also, let's open up about what we would like to see, and then we can engage in a professional way and be able to come up with solutions. So this council is very open to new ideas. As you've seen, there are many things that have been implemented within the course of this in the last maybe 2-4 years. And I think we've not arrived yet. There's still a lot of ground to cover. So we are welcoming you to be part of the builders of this institution. So with those very many of few remarks, thank you very much. And Chege, thanks back. And I take the mic back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily, for those very beautiful remarks. Again, members, it is incumbent upon us that we seek to serve the institution that we so love with the dedication with which we have joined and with the enthusiasm in which we want to progress. It is now my pleasure to call upon the president of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya to give his remarks, and then later on he's going to usher in the new members through certification. Welcome, Mr. President. Welcome, President.
Now I'm on mute. So I think thank you very much, Chege, council members who have attended this session, and our members. Good afternoon. I'm very happy to join you this afternoon for the induction forum, and I want to join my colleagues in congratulating you in this step that you have taken to join a professional membership association. It's a very important step because you have chosen to be an expert or a professional in your life, in working and making a living and growing a career out of it. So it's a very good step, and it ensures that you are able to benefit from professional growth and remain relevant in the services you offer. So I think what I would want to sensitize myself, as the other chairs have spoken and council members, is your conduct as a professional. What I would say is a professional, what you sell is your reputation. You are not a shopkeeper. There is no other stock you buy and replace. Your reputation is what now determines how you grow your career, how much you earn because your clients trust you. So acting ethically, acting competently is what will set you apart. And for you to remain competent is to always upscale your skills, to always attend training. That's why ISK is really pushing for webinars, trainings, to ensure that our members remain competent and relevant out there. So don't sit back and say, as long as you're a member, you have a certificate. Is a lifetime ticket that you remain relevant out there. So attend our trainings, our CPD, so that you are always sharp. I think that is what I would say as we welcome you and congratulate you in the bold step that you have taken. Thank you very much. That's what I had to say as I welcome you. Thank you.
And now, Mr. President, thank you for those remarks. We want to go to the next session, which is the certification of new members. And during this session, we shall have the name of those who will be certified to be projected onto the screen. We shall begin with the geospatial surveyors chapters. Then we are going to request Surveyor Nyadimo to read out the names, after which the president is going to certify. So the names have been projected. I can see this is the land surveyors chapter admission, and I request Surveyor Nyadimo to read them out for certification.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Erastus, and I recognize the presence of the President Abraham Samoei. Members, as we call your name, please raise your hand so that we can be able to see whether you're present. You don't have to raise it physically, you raise it digitally. So I hope you can see the button for raising the hand. So for the land surveyors chapter, I will start to the class of graduate Monda Rogers, Jacinta Jemtai Ikania, I believe that is the correct name. Kideka Kenneth Mweu, please raise your hand if you're here. All right, thank you, Kennedy. Silele Kimani Davis, and continue raising your hand. Kamau Kelvin Dungu, Kebon Thomas Kibet, Wemboi Kelvin Kibet, Opinde Walter Onyango, Wanja Kelvin Karaoke, Otieno Felix Onyare, Jemjor Alan Kimutai, Kipkirui Bet Justice, all right, Gaiduma Stephen Deritu, Irungu James Masharia, Njuguna Bernard Gitao, Aganyo George Kevin, Njihia John, Omari Edwin Bikundo, Koskei Sandra Chepkemboi, Kinyua Edith Wairimu, Kemboi Alfred Kipkorir. Okay, and then Tum Philemon Kiplimo to the class of technician. Let me just stop there first so that we can admit those ones to the class of graduate. So, President.
Mr. President.
Yeah, thank you. Just give me a... Yeah, thank you. I think if I may say today, the Friday the 5th, as the President of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, by the powers conferred to me by the Constitution and that of the entire membership, and following your admission by the Council to the ISK membership during the last Council meeting held on 25th February 2021, I wish to declare the new members duly admitted to the institution. I take this opportunity to welcome you and congratulate you on your membership. Thank you.
All right, thank you, President. So you may lower your hands. Thank you, Kenneth, Kelvin, Stephen Deritu. Thank you very much. You can lower your hands, or the host can lower those hands. So let me now, to the class of technician member, Tum Philemon Kiplimo, Ngigi Francis Munga, Oenga Justin Ogoti. If you are present, please raise your hand. Mayende Nelson Omulando, Nyamao Nyakundi Michael, To Alexander Kibet, Otieno Irene Adhiambo, Maina Dennis Ndirangu, Ogoti Shadrach, and Kiarie Isaac Njau. So thank you very much, Tum, Nelson, Francis Munga, Alex Kibet, and Dennis Maina. And over to you, President, for admission to the class of technician under the Land Surveyors chapter. The President, Abraham. Erastus.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, sorry, I think I had not been unmuted. Today, the 5th of March, 2021, as the President of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, and by the powers conferred to me by the ISK Constitution and that of the entire membership, and following your admission by the Council to the ISK membership during the last council meeting held on the Thursday, 25th February 2021, I wish to declare you admitted to the institution as members. I take this opportunity to welcome you and congratulate you on attaining your membership. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Tum, Nelson, Francis, Alexander, Dennis. You can lower your hands. Thank you very much and feel most welcome. So I proceed. I will combine affiliate and students. Mwaura Simon Gitu, please raise your hand if you are present. Thank you very much, Simon Gitu. And then we've got Onyango Stephen Adhiambo to the class of student membership. Wedge, just go down. Wedge, yeah. All right, and then we've got Orina Viola Kemunto. Onyango Stephen Adhiambo and Orina Viola Kemunto. So I can see Viola. I guess Onyango Stephen is not there. So Chair, President. President.
Thank you, Eric. Yes, I'm now on mute. Thank you. Today, the 5th of March 2021, as the President of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, and by the powers conferred to me by the ISK Constitution and that of the entire membership, and following your admission by the Council to the ISK membership class of technician and student category during the last council meeting held on the 25th February 2021, I wish to declare you as members to the class that you are admitted. I take this opportunity to welcome you to the ISK membership and congratulate you on the step that you have taken. Most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Simon Gitao, Maura, and Viola Orina. Thank you. We move on to the next chapter, which is a chapter Geospatial Information Management Surveyors. Admissions into the class of graduate membership. Chumo Doreen Jepkoech, please raise your hand if you're present. Alela Laura Achando, Otieno Stephen Nashon, Muridhi Faith Kageni. If you are present, please raise your hand. Kiplimo Brian Kibei, Ajeu Alfred Lekoten, Okelo Peter Kefas, Oduor Timothy Ochieng, Musa Wilfred Muriki, Omuse Jotham Otianga, Olma Grace Aoko, Vicklin Chelimo, Rugut Alvin Kibet, Kibati Jamlik Wanderi, Ko Justus Kiprono, Linyonyi Ross Nasecha, Mugu Naftali Chege, Ruto Audrey Chemutai, Msioka Cecilia Kaleche, I hope that is correct. Mageto Milka, okay, sorry, up to Msioka Cecilia Kaleche. Thank you very much. I can see Faith, Brian, Timothy, Wilfred, Kefas, Vicklin, Alvin, Jamlik, Justus To, Naftali, Mugu, Cecilia, and Doreen Chumo. Over to you, President.
Thank you, Eric. As president of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, and by the powers conferred to me by the ISK Constitution, to the ISK membership during the last council meeting held on 25th February 2021, I wish to declare you duly admitted as members of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya. I also take this opportunity to welcome you and congratulate you on attaining your membership. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Faith, Kageni, Brian, Timothy, Wilfred, Kefas, Vicklin, Alvin, Jamlik, Justus To, Naftali Mugu, Cecilia Msioka, and Doreen Chumo, Mungata Ndanu, Audrey Chemutai. Thank you very much. You can now lower your hands. And I'll combine the next two, technician and student, President. So If Mageto Milka Nyaboke is present, please raise your hands. The rest can lower their hands. And then student Mungata Masi Danu.
Thank you, Eric. Today, the 5th of March, 2021, as the President of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, and by the powers conferred to me by the ISK Constitution and that of the entire membership, and following your admission by the Council to the ISK membership to the category of technician and student, held on 25th February 2021, I wish to declare you duly admitted as a member of the institution. I take this opportunity to welcome you and congratulate you on attaining membership. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President. You can lower your hand, Ndanu. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next chapter, the last chapter, Engineering Surveyors chapter, to the class of graduate membership. Maina Claire Nyambura, please raise your hand if you are present. Ngangu John Gishure, Kichwen Edwin Cheriot, please raise your hand. Argut Kelvin Chepkangor, Ngeno Melvin Kipkemoi, Chemutai Susan, Okumu Andrew, Angasa Janet Gesare, Edwin Irungu Warui, Mongare Geoffrey Monari, Nyaundi Nehemiah Mogaka, Okoth Sharon Aluach. Okay, thank you. President.
Thank you, Eric. Today, the 5th of March, 2021, as the President of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, and by the powers conferred to me by the ISK Constitution and that of the entire membership, and following your admission by the Council to the ISK membership, the graduate category, during the last Council meeting held on 25th February 2021, I wish to declare you duly admitted as a member of the institution. I take this opportunity to welcome you and congratulate you for attaining your membership. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you, Janet, Geoffrey, Edwin Warui, James Mashari Irungu. Thank you very much and feel most welcome. Over to you, Erastus. Please lower your hand. Erastus.
Thank you very much, Eric and President, for that. Eric, you've done such a wonderful job, and I request you to just read out for all the rest as well. Bernard is a bit indisposed.
Erastus, I will be sending you a bill after this, but okay, thank you. To the chapter of building surveyors. We have two members, Mr. President. I read out their names, and if you are present, please raise your hand. Ikinya Joseph Mugo and Karani Santa Gloria Nadunga. So Santa is present. Thank you very much, Santa. Mr. President.
Thank you, Eric. 2021.
President, we are not able to hear you.
Maybe I can go again.
Yes.
Today, the 5th of March 2021, the President of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, and by the powers conferred to me by the ISK Constitution and that of the entire membership, and following your admission by the Council, ISK membership, graduate category, during the last Council meeting held on 25th, 2021, I will declare you duly admitted as a member of the institution. I take this opportunity to congratulate you and welcome you to the institution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Santa. Thank you very much, President. You can lower your hand. We go to the next chapter. That's the chapter Land Management Surveyors. Again, President, we have two people. If you are present, please raise your hand. Mudhini Shedrack Mwendwa and Mwangangi Wambua. Thank you, Shedrack. Shedrack is present, Mr. President.
Thank you, Eric. Today, the 5th of March, 2021, as the President of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, and by the powers conferred to me by the ISK Constitution and that of the entire membership, and following your admission by the Council to ISK membership, graduate category during the last Council meeting held on 25th February 2021, I wish to declare you duly admitted as a member of the institution. I take this opportunity to congratulate you and welcome you to the institution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Shedrack. Thank you. There's somebody with the name Infinix. I don't know whether you are the other person. If you are, then you needed to rename yourself, please. Let's move on to the last chapter, which is evaluation and estate management surveyors. And we've got one full member, Mwangi Esther Kafura. If she's present, Mwangi Esther Kafura. Okay, if she's not here, then we move on to the next one. We've got Kinuthia Kelvin Muturi, Kirema Brian Mwirigi, Irimo Kelvin Kiprop, Mude Lilian Karimi, Denge Peter Ndungu, Eravuna Victor Kanaya, and Karani, is that a mistake? Sorry. Karani Santa is repeated twice. So which chapter is she on? Can we get some clarification on this?
Yes, Eric, is in 2 chapters.
Yeah.
He applied in 2 chapters, yes.
Okay, fine. So yeah, then I think we can proceed. I don't know whether that is procedural on that, but fine, we can sort out that later. President, please.
Thank you, Eric. Today, the 5th of March 2021, as the President of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, and by the powers conferred to me by the ISK Constitution, that of the entire membership, and following your admission by the Council to ISK membership, graduate category, on the meeting held on 25th February 2021, I wish to declare you duly admitted as a member of the institution. I take this opportunity to welcome you and congratulate you on attaining membership. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President. Kelvin, Brian, Kelvin, Serimo, Victor, and Santa, you can lower your hands. Feel most welcome. And finally, Mr. President, to the class of students, Mwangi Bilha Nyakio and Nkoroi Teresa Kinya. If they are present, please raise your hand. Mwangi Bilha Nyakio and Nkoroi Teresa Kinya. Okay, it seems that they're not present, so I think we can defer that. And over to you, Erastus.
Eric and President, thank you very much for that session. I take this opportunity to congratulate everyone who's been duly admitted today into their various classes and chapters. I wonder if there's anyone who is present and didn't hear their name. Maybe you should look out for the next briefing session, the next induction. But I believe that all of us who are present have been duly certified and admitted into their various classes in the various chapters. It's been a wonderful session. Thank you for for being with us during this time. I can see we've caught up where we should be, and now as we head towards closure, I'd request the Deputy President, Professor Hussein Farah, to come and give his closing remarks and give his vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Erastus. I've been asked to give the vote of thanks, but before that, I just want to make a few remarks. Let me join my colleagues before me to welcome you, new members to ISK, and congratulate you for being admitted to join the institution. You are very important to us, new members, because you are the future of ISK. And because ISK is a membership institution and its core mandate is to serve its members. Members, we request you to be active members. As I said, you are our future. Participate in the different activities organized by the institution so that you can advance in your career, in your competence, in your skills through our continuous professional development program. However, I will also request you to contribute, to provide services voluntarily to the institution, as all council members and all different committees and chapter officials voluntarily provide their time and resources to serve other members. As you start your professional careers, we as the council and different committees and the secretariat assure you that we will guide you through every step of your advancement in professional membership categories. Now it's my humble duty to give the vote of thanks. Let me sincerely thank the council, the ISK council, and especially the chapter officials, the council committees officials who have gone through your applications and carefully considered them and finally admitted you. Thank you very much, council members and chapter officials, for your time and commitment to the institution of Surveyors of Kenya. Let me thank the secretariat who organized this event, put it together, and bringing us together in this forum. A lot of time and commitment has gone into this organization. And on behalf of the council, I wish to sincerely thank our secretariat for the excellent job done. Once again, and finally, we thank all our new members for choosing to join ISK, and we wish you the best in your career development. Asanteni sana. God bless you. Back to Erastus.
Thank you, Deputy President. And now, members, since we are coming to a close, I'd like to request one of us to close for us with a word of prayer. You can just raise your hand and then we will unmute you and you can pray for us, for the new members. Any takers? Yes, Janet. Thank you, Janet, for offering to pray for all of us. Let me unmute you. You can now unmute yourself. Janet, please unmute yourself. Yes, Janet, please pray for us. Close for us with a word of prayer.
Let's pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, we come before you this afternoon. We thank you for the successful meeting that we've had, and I ask you to guide us through this year successfully and protect each and everyone who is in the meeting, starting from the president to all the members. Continue guiding us and protecting us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much, Ms. Agasa. I'd like to request the super host of this meeting to unmute everyone. Then we shall all we shall all clap in applause and congratulate all of us for joining the institution of surveyors. So okay, I can see the super host in the process of
Congratulations.
Congratulations, members.
Congratulations.
One.
On 19th of July.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The meeting has come to an end. Thank you for all who have attended and participated. I wish you all the best.
This woman is
Best
wicked.
session. Thank you. And have
Thank you, Rose.